Hello, welcome to 10 at 10. My name is Michael Ramage. I'm the director of the Cyber Education and Research Center here at Murray State University, and welcome back to 10 at 10. 10 at 10 is brought to you through a partnership between Murray State University, Grow West, the Technology Council of West Kentucky, KY Innovation, and local partner Sprocket Innovation in Paducah and the Kentucky Innovation Station in Madisonville. 10 at 10 is episode 170, which means we are going to take a look at the news of the day and try to see what we can learn from the nuggets in these articles on how we can apply that to our organizations, to your organization, to make us a little safer in cyberspace. So let's just dig into it. First article I find interesting. Hackers claim to have stolen United Healthcare's data. There's little evidence to stealing. So does that mean to the theft? Does that mean that they're really good? Or does that mean that they didn't do it? Honest answer is we don't know. Publicly, we don't know. Internally, maybe they do. But the reason I even share this article this week is because let me turn the question back around on you. If somebody broke into your system, stole data, hit you with ransomware, didn't hit you with ransomware, let's just say that somebody stole data and left. Would you even know it? If I said I had 4 million records of your customers, let's say you have 4 million customers, would you even know it? How would you know that those records were stolen? Are you monitoring? Are you looking? Do you have track record? Do you have the information to be able to tell that happened? Honestly, I don't know that answer for any organization, but that's a question for you to determine. What do you know about what has been taken or not taken from your organization if it's happened? That's really the issue here for me to take away. Now, if it happened, it's certainly a bad thing. It could impact a lot of people. But the headline's a little bit of a trying to draw you in. But to me, it's an interesting question for you to consider. Is if a hacker group claimed to steal data from you, would you even know it? So anyway, first of all, that's a first story. Next, CISA, which is the Cybersecurity and Infrastructure Security Agency, recently released a new proposed rule. And it's based on a bill that was passed, but it is reporting for critical infrastructure. Basically, it's open for comment. It started April 4th. It runs through June 3rd, but it's a 400-page document, so it's not for the faint of heart. But it is the who, what, when, where, why, and how of reporting. It outlines everything. Now, this article outlines everything. The document itself is 400 pages that gets into the details of all of those questions. And really, you've got to figure out, are you okay with that? Are you a government contractor? Are you a supplier? Are you a service provider, particularly of critical infrastructure? If you are, this could apply to you. So you want to be aware of what's going on. All right. The next couple articles are related. So first of all, this isn't so much an article, but it was linked in an email that I received today, and I think it's worth noting. There's a couple things that I will note in here. This is a tracker of United States state privacy legislation. It tracks all the different states that have passed bills dealing with privacy and those that are contemplating it. So if you take a look at this, Oregon, California, Utah, Montana, Colorado, Texas, Iowa, Kentucky. I'll come back to Kentucky, Indiana, Tennessee, Virginia, Delaware, New Jersey, Connecticut, New Hampshire, maybe Maryland and DC. So there's several of those, and maybe there's a few more, but this page actually has a spreadsheet that you can even look through. Those states that have also proposed it, so that all the light blue ones are in committee. There is a ton of states that have data privacy laws. Kentucky just passed it. We're one of the last ones to be added to this list. And the reason it's important, the reason I bring it up, first of all, Kentucky just passed the data privacy law, which I personally think is fantastic because I think our data should be protected. I think consumers should have the right to protect their data. But the problem with it is that all those states I listed may or may not have the same rules as the other states because they're all independent. So if you're doing business in Kentucky, Tennessee, Utah, and Colorado, you're going to have to look at those 4 different state laws to determine what you have agreed or what you must comply with, or if there's anything for you to comply with. So there's a lot of questions on it. I highly recommend that you take a look at this site, take a look at these privacy laws. We'll probably dig into some privacy laws more in the coming weeks or months, but that's something certainly for you to take a look at. But related to that is, my article is not going to pop up. Let me see if I can fix that. There was a bill introduced in Congress that would it would be an overarching, sweeping data privacy law that would apply to the entire country. So they unveiled that this past weekend. Now I'm going to get all my pop-ups, but there's it's a bipartisan bill that would preempt all these state laws. This would be the primary one for the country. It includes consumer protection. It includes, actually, it gives people control of their data. It preempts state laws that I mentioned. It gives financial damages for consumers under the bill. There's a lot to like about this law. First of all, it's just been proposed. If we were to pass, the greatest thing about it is that we finally have a data privacy law that applies to everything. We have COPA and SIPA and FERPA and HIPAA and all these other data privacy laws, but only as it pertains to children, or only as it pertains to healthcare data, or only as it pertains to education data. What this bill would do is it would apply to all consumer data, no matter where it is or what it's being used for. That is the part that I like about it. Actually, just yesterday we're having a discussion about the impact that we needed our own GDPR. Well, this is our own GDPR, which is the European Union's version. So great optimism with this bill. It could be a really big impact for consumers. It's proposed. It's not passed. It hasn't passed either house, either the House or the Senate, either chamber. Is it going to pass? I don't know. I mean, who knows with Congress? My inclination is no, just because they've tried this before and it didn't get there. But we can see. We will see what happens, and this could have a major impact if it were to pass. Last few things I want to touch on are just a few incidents. A county in Missouri, I believe it's Jackson County, outside of Kansas City, got hit with ransomware. It's the 18th local government of 2024 that at least this organization is tracking. So still out there, it's still happening. This one actually, I find, and it didn't pop up. I'm not sure what happened to it, but let me just say that, and I'll end with it, is 90,000 LG smart TVs may be exposed to an attack. So if I am, if an attacker wanted to break into your system, what has more security, your server or your IoT device, your smart TV? Well, your smart TV, of course, doesn't have as much security on it. And you might think that, well, it doesn't matter. But if I can get inside your network and establish a foothold, then that might be a way to pivot to other groups or other systems in your network. If you have a smart TV in general, it would be good practice if it doesn't automatically update on a regular basis to check for updates. That goes for all of your IoT devices. Just always make sure that it's up to date. They don't need any updated patches, because normally those patches are about a security concern, and it's certainly worth taking a look at. Anyway, I could go on a lot more. It's always fun to take a look through these and see what we can learn from these articles. I want to say thank you for tuning in, and I'll see you next week back here on 10 at 10. Thank you.